Yo, what's going on there, quackheads? What's up, guys? My name is Pone, and I felt like I had to do a first impressions of Destiny. I see a lot of people out there with mixed feelings, mixed emotions about the game, and I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this. I did a 24-hour live stream on launch night. The game's been out less than 2 days, and I've got about 30 hours clocked into it already. And I've beaten the campaign. I'm already max level and all this good stuff, so I think I've played enough of the game to talk about how I feel about the game and whether or not it's worth purchasing, so on and so forth. I will have an actual review up in the next few days, so stay tuned for that, where I actually teach people about the game, so on and so forth, go more in depth with it. This is just kind of an initial response to playing the game. What I think about it, is it going to be a long-term playable, replayable game, and I just kind of wanted to hit you guys with that knowledge right now. So, first things first, I wasn't going to originally make this video. I was just going to make one original, like, review with everything you need to know, a 10 or 15 minute video to hit everybody, to answer every question possible. But I started seeing what all these other people were saying about the game. There's other YouTube commentators, there's other people, Metacritic, all these things, and all these reviews are giving this game a really, really bad kind of image. And I'm like, dude, it's the day of. How are you gonna base something off it? You probably are just going off of your opinions on something from the alpha or the beta. These guys haven't played the game enough to give it a final rating. I think it's absurd. I think it's stupid. They just need smacked in the face with a cactus. I'm so upset about how these people are like, oh no, how it's rated a 5 or 6. Honestly, my feelings, this is one of the best games I've played in years. And I'm not saying that for anything. And, you know, I've played other games like this, Borderlands, so on and so forth. And it is an acquired taste. It does have to have the flavor. Does it have that multiplayer ability? Yes. Does it play like Halo or another modern shooter? Yes. I love the matchmaking. I love Crucible. I have a lot of fun playing multiplayer. But on the flip side, there's an entirely other aspect of the game where you have to do raids, strikes, campaign, missions, doing co-op with your friends, and that is a very entertaining aspect. I feel like campaign is slowly dying on games. FPS games are just not, you know, it's like, what else can you do? You can't emotionally attach somebody, and that's one of the few drawbacks of Destiny. The campaign isn't that good. There were no tiers had. It wasn't crazy. Again, you have another companion that's in a little floating cube kind of thing. It's been run down. It's been done before. So, is there a story? Yeah. Does it leave it wide open when you beat the game too to continue on for future DLC and everything? Yes. So they did that part right. But I really have nothing bad to say about the game. Little things like you have to hold triangle for like 5 seconds to go back. I'm like, 2 seconds could have done it. Other little things. The melee hit detection can be a little off sometimes. It could take a delay to somebody to die. But other than that, there's not really many things I can say bad about the game. I would honestly give this a safe, as of right now, with the hours and time I've put into it, doing higher level strikes, trying to get past the level cap and everything like that. I think this game's got the ability for the average person that is invested into this type of game. I think you're looking at hundreds and hundreds of hours. If you break that down, $60 for a video game to get hundreds of hours of enjoyment out of it, why wouldn't you buy it? Why would you not buy that game at all? So it does evolve. You do have the strikes. You can fight other things. There are higher levels. It's going to take you a while to do this. And above all, there are 3 different classes you can play. So you're going to have to beat the campaign a few different times. Or you could just do it straight Crucible. I have a buddy that has only done the second moon mission. And other than that, he's only done matchmaking and leveled up. You get loot, which makes this game unique. And what those people that don't understand that's the RPG elements. And people like that have played Diablo or MMOs or something like that, they understand the concept of grinding for loot. It may not make sense to you why you'd play the same stuff over, but even though it is randomized, you won't play the same map over and over and over again. You'll hit them every once in a while. But there's a lot of maps that are pre-made. You go in there and you don't know which one you're going to get. It's like a playlist, a random playlist. And even the AI, when you're doing the PvE, that's going to continue. That's going to keep going. And you're going to get unique experiences. You play with friends. You can meet other people at the tower and try to group up with random strangers at that central hub. So, honestly, I think that Destiny's already got a bad rap by a lot of people, and I think it's just because people are not used to what Destiny is. I think the matchmaking's great. Of course, there are a lot of one-hit kill abilities with snipers and shotguns, as you would expect out of anything like this. I do like the idea that they've had with weapon being an on-map thing, everybody having a heavy one, but, you know, the heavy ammo for rockets and stuff only spawns every few minutes or so. I think they tore it up with the matchmaking. I'd buy this game alone just for doing the PvE, and I'd buy the game alone just for matchmaking. So when you have two things that could pretty much be standalone successful games as their own, but merged into one central game, it's kind of like how you have the success of Call of Duty being a very, very popular FPS, but at the same time, when it has the zombies, that attracts an entirely other type of player. That's what I think Destiny has to offer. Not only is it one great game, and you could also alternate. I mean, there's just so many options. There's hundreds of hours of playable time. And in the years that they're going to pump into this with the DLC and the future stuff, it's incredible, dude. You get the potential opportunity to get random drops, upgrade your gear. You could upgrade your gear and level up and get EXP via, Crucible matchmaking. You could do it in strikes and stuff like that, where you play against AI, do it with friends, and it's really, really rough sometimes. We were a level underneath doing one of those last night. It took 35 minutes for a boss fight. And I thought that was pretty insane. You don't have FPSs that do this kind of stuff anymore. And there are games like Borderlands that are very, very similar to this, but they don't have the widespread area like this does. They don't have the multiplayer matchmaking like this does. And I honestly don't think Borderlands holds a light to this. I loved Borderlands 1. Wasn't a big fan of Borderlands 2 because it just felt like a DLC. But that game is very similar to this one, but the multiplayer does remind you of a Halo. You have your abilities and everything like that. And I think the game deserves more attention than it has. So when people are asking me, the most common question I've been asked, even throughout that entire 24-hour live stream, is this game worth buying? Yes. I'd have paid $100 for this game. No problem. The game is going to have tons and tons of hours. It's just probably some of the best bang for your buck that you will ever get. So if doing the PvE thing, or if you've ever enjoyed games like Diablo or, Baldur's Gate or anything where you find loot and level up, you're going to like this game. If you've loved Halo and other shooters, modern shooters, Titanfall or anything like that, you're going to like the matchmaking. And just the fact that you could get really, really cool loot in the drops, it's a reward system that makes people keep coming back and keep grinding because you're going to want to get some of that loot. And there is no cap to it. You're going to keep playing harder and stronger bosses, and you're going to keep trying to level up. And when you think you've hit your cap after 100, 200 hours on that one character, switch from Warlock and go over to Titan or something. So this game does have great replayability. I'm having fun with it. If you're still curious about it, still don't know what, check into my live streams. I'll leave a link down in the description below. I do these live streams daily. Tune in for them. I'll catch you tonight so you guys can kind of understand what the game is. Come out and ask me questions, all that good stuff. So, first impressions, Destiny. Great game. My vote for Game of the Year so far, I think it's got a lot of potential, success coming in the future. So, as of right now, awesome game. I'm absolutely loving it. I don't know where the negativity is coming yet. Maybe it's just my tastes are different. I think it's the ultimate package. But I will have a full review up here in a few days for people to fully understand what this game has to offer and how everything operates. I'll catch you then, you little dicks. Bye, guys.